Tennent's National 1 title went down to the wire on Saturday, with two games having a direct say on matters. And let's start at Fullerton Park, where Marr needed 2 points against Gala to seal the title. And they got off to a perfect start on 3 minutes when Scott Bickerstaff broke down the right flank, offloaded to brother Connor, and when he was stopped, Findlay Hazel was on hand to feed out to Ross Miller, and there was Ollie Rossi to gather the ball up and go in for the first try to settle any nerves on such a big day for the club. Gala responded with a penalty kick from Dean Keddy before Ewan Hamilton-Bulger picked up the ball from the ruck, darted by Peter Palapoy into acres of open space and touched down for try number 2. On the half hour, another attack from Marr led to their third try. Good hands and interplay between backs and forwards, and William Farquhar making yards before offloading to Richard Dalgleish, who dived in at the corner. Right on half-time, the try bonus came. It was Dalgleish again on hand, this time chipping over Gala fullback Graham Spears and run in to grab his second of the day and put Marr exactly where they wanted to be at the break, with a clear 24-3 lead. Farquhar went in for a fifth score after the break. Then we saw the try of the match. Connor Bickerstaff blasting down the left channel, passing to Liam McLaughlin, and then Findlay Hazel taking the scoring pass for a sixth touchdown. Minutes later, Scott Bickerstaff repeated the efforts of brother Connor, shook off a couple of tackles, then turned on the afterburners to take the score to 45-3, and the title was pretty much won at that point. But Gala showed that they know how to find their way to the try line themselves, and when Ross Cook found Graham Spears outside him, he created space for winger John Frew, and he finished off one of the best moves in the game. Ross Miller chalked up an eighth try for Marr. Not the most glamorous we saw on the day, but they count the same as the spectacular ones. And right at the end, it was almost inevitable that we would see a Connor Bickerstaff special. And he rounded things off with one of his trademark dives. And the 57-8 scoreline deservedly gave Marr the title of Tennent's National 1 champions for 2018-19.
Well, Connor, this is what you wanted. Second time in 3 years, National 1 champions. How does that sound?
It's amazing. I think we set out at the beginning of the season, it was to win the league. You know, not many teams come down from the Premiership and bounce straight back up, especially with a league-winning season. So for us, for our group of boys, tight-knit bunch, not a big squad, to do what we've done, I think it's brilliant. You know, we were struggled a wee bit at the start of the season. To finish so strongly and get a promotion with the league-winning title, it's amazing.
Proved a lot of things today where I don't feel we were ready for the Premiership. Looking at the way, Marr were a very, very skillful team. It was clinical and we went up. Our lads are young and they're not able to play at that level. So perhaps another season, developing young lads, bringing them through is the better way for Gala.
This is my 10th season, so not too bad. 6 championships we've won, so that's another one to add there. It was a great performance today. Weather's lovely, all the supporters out, so I'm really chuffed.
Yeah, Jed, they always have. You know, we've had brilliant battles with Jed all the time, and I think they've held their own and they've done themselves proud as well. I think they could have won the title as easily as us, and I think a couple of close games we've had against each other decided that early in the season. But for us to win the title was the main thing. We wanted to go up, and we got that when Youth Super 6 was happening. 6 were going up, but we wanted to win trophies and win silver when we've done that.
So now we look forward, and it's the new Premiership.
Yeah, the new Premiership, I think it'll be interesting. I think with the 4 remaining sides staying there, we'll be strong. We look at Hoyk securing down a couple of the players, not moving to Super 6, they've committed. So we know we need to be stronger again, hopefully keep most of the players we've got and build, and hopefully be a top club in the new Premiership.
But of course, the other thing which we have to talk about when we look back at the season is the lack of bonus points. GHA, I think, won just one more game and were home and dry in third, but had an awful lot of bonus points, try bonuses and losing bonus points as well. That has to come into the equation.
That's very much got to come into the equation. We have not been a killer side. When we've been up, we've not punished the other side. We've accepted that we're winning, and that's not enough. And we've also thrown some games that wouldn't have brought us to this situation. We lost to GHA when we were 10 points up. We lost to Kirkcaldy, which should never have happened. They defeated us in the forwards, which shouldn't have happened. Selkirk, I'm not blaming the fly half for his kick. One kick in a game, it wasn't his fault. So yeah, we've lost points. We've not made the bonus points that would have put us up. So we've got ourselves to blame. Let's have another season and push on further.
Winning it on your home turf as well, it must be great.
Yes, it is. Especially with the sporting group we have, we're a very, as I say, community-based club, and lots of youngsters here. You can see the kids in and around it, and that's what we're trying to breed more and more players from our own area, and obviously it's great to win.
And when you took over, no offence at all, but a lot of people hadn't heard of Marr. They've heard of you now.
I lived in Troon for 9 years, and I remember after being at Ayr, and somebody said to us, well, I can try and do something well. And I said, at that point, I said, well, I think I can get you to National 3 or something like that. So it's not just down to me. There's the whole club, the committee, the players as well. They've worked so hard to get to this level. And obviously, like Melrose Sevens and places like that we're getting to go, it's just fantastic for this club.
How nervous were you going into this game? You didn't look nervous at all, but I'm sure that sort of underneath the calm exterior, you were kind of like a duck with a paddling.
Yeah, I think, you get a bit of butterflies for these type of games. We've been here before. I think that's helped with a lot of the players around us. My vice captain Mackenzie Pearce and co-side Ross Miller. These boys have helped me throughout the season. I think our forward pack coming out and dominating early, even against a big Gala side, they stuck in and they made their hits, and they gave us a platform to play all year, and the backs were able to capitalise and score some nice tries. So getting an early score, Scotty making a brilliant break and doing that, settled the nerves.
And of course beating Gala for the very first time.
Yeah, I think we were due one over Gala. They've always snuck it against us in the playoff a few years ago, and also down there this season. It was good to get one back on them, but for us the focus, no matter who it was winning today, getting the league title under the belt.
And so onwards as well. I mean, Gala have been down before and you've always got back up.
No problem. Onwards and upwards, I hope. This is the end of my presidency now, so I leave it to Ian to take them up. I was hoping to do it for him, but maybe next time.
And just finally, what about the Craig Redpath factor? Because he's been with you all the way.
Yeah, he came in at a struggling time for the club and put us in the right direction. He stuck by us. I don't think he thought that we'd get to this level, but he's helped us. I think Kenny Diffenthal coming in a few years ago as well has really helped develop as well. So the two coaches together worked really well. We would like to win. Last year was a struggle, but we're a winning side and we want to keep winning. So they've definitely done brilliant for us.
And will you be able to keep most of the squad for next season, do you think?
No, that's the hopeful point we're trying to get across to the players, is that we want to go places. We want to be one of the top amateur clubs now in Scotland. We've put our market down. People know who Marr are. A few years ago, no one knew who Marr were. So we're on the map. Players should hopefully want to stay with us and play for us. Our skill college development, we talk about our conveyor belt and Greg and S and Ewan Bulger. What they develop at skill and getting them through is brilliant.
A fantastic team effort. Well done.
Thanks, Stuart.
Over at Stony Hill, meanwhile, Musselburgh needed 1 point to catch Gala for the important 6th spot, which would promote them to the new look Premiership next season. But Rory Marshall's early try gave them an uphill task, particularly with a bunch of regulars unavailable to play in the game. Jed's pack were dominating up front, and Darren Gillespie literally walked in at the back of this maul to fall over the line. But back came Musselburgh, and Martin Simprich got past Lewis Young to give the home team the first of the 4 tries they needed to secure promotion. More rumbling from the Royal Blues pack resulted in a try for John Scudrow, but just before the referee blew for half-time, some slick passing by Musselburgh gave scrum half Kyle McGee a second try, and suddenly their chance of promotion was becoming a real possibility. And they struck again the other side of the break when a drop ball was picked up by James Ferguson, who made it to the line, and with still 30 minutes to go, they needed just one more try to get into the top flight of club rugby for the first time in over 30 years. And it came in the 56th minute. Gregor Tate twisted himself over the line to secure promotion for Musselburgh. Of course, at this time, news had filtered through that Gala were being well beaten and unlikely to score 4 tries against Marr in the remaining 24 minutes. So there was a real party mood as the makeshift team from Musselburgh were taking the game to Jed and were now leading 22-21. A penalty try restored Jed's lead before the Borderers turned more forward pressure into points, and Darren Gillespie strolled through an empty space to touchdown for his brace. Jed hit 40 points when Gillespie got his hat-trick, again helped out by the dominant pack, but it was Musselburgh who had the last say. Gregor Tate in the right place at the right time to score his team's 5th try of the game, and the 40-29 result means Jed finished second in the league for the 2nd year running, and Musselburgh filled the final promotion spot.
I think key moments for us were before and after half-time. We got a score before half-time and we got a couple of scores right after half-time, which really kind of gave us that belief that we could actually do something, today. But as you say, ultimately Jed won the game, but we got what we came out to achieve,
We started off pretty slow, and a bit loose in defence, but it was good, as you say, just to get the result. We put that game to bed, and that's us. That's us done for the season. So.
Yeah, there was quite a number of boys away. It's the club captain stag weekend, so quite a few boys away that would have probably played. But in this week we've talked a lot about trust and trusting the guys to go out there and actually deliver that were here. So they've proved to themselves and everybody at the club and within the rugby community that we can go out and actually do something. Even with a number of players missing as well. So it's a whole squad effort.
Obviously disappointing for the result across it. For Gala, from our point of view, there's a couple of games that we, slipped up on earlier in the season. That I think would have put us in a better position at this stage. We're only 3 points behind Marr, and there was an opportunity to win the league. But these games were costly earlier on, so we've just got to take that on the chin. And we've had a good season. We've used a lot of players in our squad this year, which has been good because it's been giving us a chance to bring on some of the younger players.
Personally, and it's just my personal opinion, I'd like to see maybe an earlier start to the season and an earlier finish, sort of pre-Christmas. I mean, in Scotland, let's think about it. We're trying to play rugby in probably the worst conditions possible. Is it going to be better? So 10-team leagues with 18 fixtures is achievable in doing that. So, and it keeps players focused. Ultimately, because if we had that big gap in February, people lose focus on what they're actually trying to do. So it's difficult to keep momentum in that going.
The lads have, to be fair, worked hard. This year again. When you were coming into this season, with the league, it was a bit up in the air as to what was going to happen in terms of the structure. But we just said we needed to be, at the top of that league again, and pushing for promotion again. And I think hats off to the lads. They have put the effort in, and although we've not come away with a league win, but we've been knocking on the door, and I think it stands us in good stead for next year. So.
Yeah, how do you think Musselburgh will fare in the Premiership next season?
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge, but I think we've proved that we can sit with certainly the top 6 in National 1. So it means if we take our first half of the season performance and we can replicate that week on week, then we're going to go in there and do something, and try our hardest. Yeah, we might have to. We'll certainly be looking to retain everybody that we've got, and also maybe look to attract maybe a couple of guys, to in certain areas of the squad that were maybe a bit light. We always talk about the physicality going up as you go up through the league, so maybe that's something that we need to look at. But ultimately, we're going to enjoy it. It's a challenge that we're going to enjoy it.